5 years ago, Amy says her life was forever changed when she was assigned to be 12-year-old Nick's adoption caseworker. To say Nick had a rough childhood would be a huge understatement. Beaten, neglected, starved, abused, and separated from his siblings, passed through a dozen foster homes in just 6 years after his mother was sent to prison for child abuse and probation violation. Amy says she immediately fell in love with Nick, quickly adopted him, and brought him into her own family. Happy ending, right? It's not always the case. Now, Amy and her husband Jeremy are wrestling with whether to become the 13th family to send Nick back into the system. Why? Well, Amy has written to me 26 times because Nick's behavior is out of control. From threatening to kill her family, setting fires, spitting on Amy, giving Jeremy a black eye, and videotaping Amy showering, to selling drugs in middle school and shooting up their home with a BB gun. The list just goes on and on. Now, in a desperate attempt for help, Amy tracked down Nick's bio mom, Lupita, and begged her for assistance. But Amy says that reunion was the worst mistake of her life.
There's no doubt in my mind that Lupita did what she could to turn Nick against us while he was with her.
Sending there, I thought there wasn't going to be any harmful effects from it.
Once Nick was visiting Lupita, slowly he stopped wanting to communicate with us. He was no longer referring to Jeremy and I as mom and dad. He was telling us that if we tried to make him come back, he would run away. We felt heartbroken. Lupita was definitely feeding on his vulnerabilities. Lupita told him we were just babysitting him for the last 6 years, that she's his real parent, that we didn't love him the same way we loved our biological kids. Lupita told Nick we wanted to use him as the poster child for adoption to improve our image, which is absolutely not true.
During that visit on social media, it looked like Lupita was starting to really manipulate him.
Lupita created a Facebook page using her husband's last name instead of our last name, which is Nick's last name. She regularly posted things about how much better Nick did with his real family. Within 30 days, Nick came back to live with us. I believe that Lupita was trying to erase us from Nick's life.
Okay, are you in over your head?
Oh, for sure.
Now, before the adoption, you started to see some really dysfunctional behavior, right?
Some. I mean, he would have tantrums. There would be destruction, but nothing like we've seen in the last 2 years.
He hit your son.
Yes, that did happen.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
Well, I mean, honestly, it was a sibling dispute from that setting at that time.
He threw a lamp at the wall in a hotel?
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He banged his head against the wall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are not typical sibling
No,
Those
that's
are
not.
No.
That's not.
He had been in a dozen foster placements?
He'd been in 14 placements total.
And a dozen were foster. Either home or...
Yep.
They were either group homes or foster
right, or
placements.
foster placements, yes.
Robin and I are national spokespersons for CASA. And we work in the foster care system, and we know that it is a broad range of quality in terms of placements.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some do it for the money, some do it because they love the children and are really devoted to them. So we understand. But in every one of those placements, he was pushed back into the system because they said, essentially, we don't have the ability to meet his needs.
Absolutely.
Do you?
I don't know. We thought we did. Going in, we thought we did. We thought, like I said, that we thought my relationship with him, having known him a little while, and he